3, 2. Hello.
Hello, guys.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing good.
You're doing good, Z?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Always and forever, constantly blessed, God's favorite, the number one, the one and only. M to the.
I've been
How is your? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I've been looking at fashion schools.
Okay.
And love it.
Mhm.
But so me looking at fashion schools, I've ran into like a lot of designers, and I've been like on their pages a lot. So I've noticed the difference between the designers that went to school and designers that did not go to school.
Okay, what's the difference?
I can't really say the difference.
Okay.
What the difference is, but I can say what it is. Designers that went to school, I feel like they just be so much more creative.
Okay.
Like versus the designers that just learn how to sew from like YouTube and then they do that at home sewing. It's more so replicas. Is more so
replicas.
Plain fabrics.
Yeah.
Or
like cutting out thrift store clothes.
Yeah. And even when I've been going on their websites, it's like, wow, the type of fabrics they pick it's just so different.
Yeah.
Like, and they're just way more creative, more structured, more like, I don't know. I see the difference.
Yeah.
More professional.
More professional for sure.
So, yeah.
I feel like designers who, and again, not all of them, because there are some who have great style and technique. But I feel like a lot of the designers that I look at, their clothing, and sometimes it's a good thing, and sometimes it's not, but the way the item is made look lopsided.
What?
Like, I see that
a designer,
like your sleeve, like the ones that don't go to school.
Oh yeah.
I see that your sleeve is not on the shoulder seam.
I see it.
I see that your pleat is not equal to the pleat next to it.
Yeah, I see it.
I see that your pocket is off alignment.
Yeah.
Like, I see that you don't know how to hem because everything is unhemmed and just cut ragged.
Yeah. Education is everything. Reading books. I've been, reading books. Well, listening to books more.
Mm-hmm.
And I see the difference.
You see
I see the difference. Although I can say, and nothing wrong with it, but me just being more so knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Is changing me.
To God be the glory.
Pushing me away from people.
Oh, to God be the glory.
It's pushing.
Okay, I mean, please continue. I love to see it.
So yeah, I've been tapping into my New Year's resolution.
Okay.
And
I saw a hoodie today. I didn't buy it. I might go back and buy it, but it says "Read more, talk less."
Yeah, that's what That's oh my God. Honestly, me talking less though, I feel like it's creating problems.
Well, no, because you're not communicating with people that ask you direct questions.
It's creating problems.
But I'm talking about in rooms where, for example, like you have certain friends that are in a different place in life with you. If you were talking during the whole conversation, you might not notice that friend is a little off, or that person has a different mentality than you. And if you talk less and you let the other person talk the whole conversation,
oh my God,
you're gonna start to be like, oh, this person is super involved in other people's drama, or they're super obsessed with Real Housewives of Atlanta, or they only talk about food and eating. Like if you talk less and listen more,
oh my God,
you'll realize that a lot of people's goals and values are based in nothing. And when you start reading books and finding out what really matters in the world.
I work in a bar. I work in a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in their bar. No goals. No nothing. They just need a job.
Yeah. They just need a job. And that might not be the people you want to continue to surround yourself with, if you got.
But it's like I'm there. I got a plan. I got a vision.
Right.
Oh my God. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because we talked about our New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
And I've been tapping into my New Year's resolutions.
Yeah. I think I've been... Well, you know, my New Year's always starts on my birthday. So
yeah,
by late January is my New Year's. And now that my birthday just passed, I'm more so like, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing for this year?
Yeah.
How can we... I'm reading this book, or I just finished it. Pardon me.
We should talk about books more on here too.
Yeah, well, we about to right now. But so I'm rereading it because when I read it the first time, I felt like there were so many gems. I gotta reread it and highlight. And it was called Mastering the Future You. And one thing, a lot of things in the book talks about basically like, if you have a future goal, you need to be thinking about that future goal consistently.
Mm-hmm.
You can't write it down and then forget about it. But also, one thing that stuck out to me is he said, one thing that hinders your success is smaller successes.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, for me, if I'm reaching for a multi-million-dollar business, but then my store starts making 6 figures, and because I'm making more than the people around me, I'm happy with just that 6 figures.
Mm-hmm.
That's a smaller success.
Yeah.
That's stopping me from reaching my ultimate goal.
The Alchemist?
No.
Kind of like The Alchemist. He was He was reaching all them smaller
successes.
And he was getting comfortable.
Like, oh, you know, I really wanted to be the CEO of this company, but actually now that I'm mid-level and I'm making good money, I think I'm gonna stop here.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people do that. Like, there's this podcast host. No offense, because I love Social Proof. But what I noticed now after that, like, I always think about David, the host of that podcast, Social Proof. And he interviews people of all different business backgrounds. And it's always like, let's say, Airbnbs, right? Mm. He'll interview somebody that does Airbnbs, and he'll instantly be like, can you help me get an Airbnb? I would love to have an Airbnb. And then, of course, they get him involved in that business. He has a great podcast, a great audience, so they're always willing to help him out and get him into different businesses. But his gem is his podcast. His gem is his interviewing style. He's making millions of dollars off of his podcast, and I feel like every interview he switches his focus to whatever that person he's interviewing does. Now, maybe he's just doing it as a tactic to learn more about whatever they're talking about. Like, maybe he's just saying, if I were to get into Airbnbs, how would I do it? Now, that's one thing, because you're finding out from the person's perspective that doesn't do it, how to do it. But to me, it always seems like every interviewee that he has, he's like, okay, so I'm going to get a truck. I'm going to buy this truck. And after the show, we going to link up and figure out this trucking business. And I'm just like, David, from my couch. David, just focus now. Your goal is over here, and you're being taken off your path by these smaller successes when your alignment is here. And I think for me, and for people I see, I can get distracted by, like, the store is doing 6 figures, so maybe I don't need to have $1 million brand because this is good enough, you know. And I think reading that book more and more shows me, like, okay, this can stop you from this. This can stop you from this. Another key thing, and I'm going to let it go. Another thing he says in that book, from Mastering Your Future You, he said, he quoted an interview of Jerry Seinfeld on a TV show. And he said, nighttime Jerry hates morning Jerry. Saying that, like, the nighttime Jerry is like, oh yeah, I'm in this town, I can go to this club until 4 a.m. and even though I got a flight at 10 a.m., it'll be fine. That's morning Jerry's problem. You know, like, and I think a lot of us do that. Like, oh, I'm gonna stay out late here even though I have to do this thing. And, like, nighttime Jerry screws over morning Jerry by trying to do something that's not really aligned with what you got to do the next day. A lot of us are drinking. I stopped doing it. You're drinking too much on Saturday night, but you know you want to go to church on Sunday. Or you're hanging out with these people, but you know they are not aligned with your future self. Or you smoking cigarettes or smoking weed, but your future self is going to get lung cancer or get sick or have coughing problems or whatever, or bad breath because of these things. So, like, your self right now is screwing over your future self by all these little actions. And if you're not keeping your future self in mind, you can easily throw yourself off the path. So I just wanted to mention some of those key things from that book. we're getting into
more into fashion,
guys. We love sharing things we learn and all that stuff with you. But so fashion hot topics, fashion trends, and fashion news. Let's jump into it.
What's your favorite fashion news right now?
My favorite fashion news right now. Well, number one, so Gucci just announced that they're having a new creative director. I want to say, let me look at his name real quick because I don't want to mispronounce it. And if I do, I apologize. Sabato De Sarno is the new creative director of Gucci. Now, they have been hinting at this for a little while, but they finally announced that he will be the new creative director. He's coming from the Valentino brand. He's 39 years old. He's never led a brand like this. So we're kind of looking out to see what his style will be here. What do you think about a new direction for Gucci?
Love it. I think fashion. I think dang, what was I about to say?
You think fashion?
I think fashion. Oh, I think you gotta stay with fashion. You just gotta stay up to date. Mm-hmm. Like you can't really just a new creative. I don't know. Having a
new vision.
Yeah. I'm stuck. But yeah, having like two heads is better than one, or multiple. But right. I think I love it.
Yeah, I think it is time for a change at Gucci. I'm interested to see what he does. His premiere is going to be, or his premiere showcase is supposed to be in Milan. I guess maybe in September, because this was a couple days ago that they announced, but Milan Fashion Week already passed. But then again, actually, the Fashion Week that passed was focused on men, so maybe in a Milan Fashion Week sooner to come, they'll be presented with his aesthetic. But I'm thinking for September, they'll finally get into the nitty gritty of his aesthetic. But I'm not a super fan of Gucci, so I would love to see how a new creative direction changes what the brand looks like. But yeah, so Sabato De Sarno, the new creative director, we're going to be able to see what that looks like. And I'm interested to see it. Another brand.
Wait.
Okay.
My turn.
Okay.
My turn. Let's just. Okay. My favorite fashion news this week. Miss Bling Miami.
Yeah.
And I think her Instagram name is Mad Girl Chris.
Okay. 2
Instagram models.
Okay.
Got into a little beef. Well, they didn't really get into a beef. I feel like they both apologized. But they got into they exchanged words about a dress.
Exchange words. Okay.
About a dress, a Chanel dress. Yes. I think it was in the Paris Fashion Week. It was in the Paris Fashion Week.
Okay.
So the Chanel dress, it was, I think it dropped January 19th.
Okay.
But it only dropped in stores and it sold out in like seconds.
Really?
Yes, and they only made probably like 20. They only made a little bit.
20 dresses.
Yeah.
Okay, limited collections for the win.
So everybody, Miss Bling Miami posted the dress.
Okay, after she got it?
She posted she was wearing it.
Okay.
And then right after that, Chris posted it. Chris' dress was altered.
Okay.
So it was the same dress, but they just both looked differently. So fans was in Miss Bling Miami's DMs accusing her of wearing a fake dress, a fake Chanel dress.
Okay.
So you know she like wait
but she had the original.
They both have the original.
No, but hers looked like what the design looked like.
Yeah,
the other girls looked like altered. Okay.
So, so she like what? Like stop playing with me, like
right.
X about me, like
why didn't they? First of all, fans, quote unquote fans,
can't even.
Why y'all? Now y'all know y'all ain't coming close to the Chanel website or the Chanel store. How are you gonna tell somebody? Oh, you must have the knockoff because this other girl dress looked different.
But her Miss Bling Miami's Chanel dress looked like a Chanel's dress.
Right.
That's you can look at it and say, you know, Chanel made it. That's definitely like they don't have like the bodycon dresses. Their dress has that SpongeBob shape, that square shape.
Yeah.
And she didn't alter it or nothing.
Right.
And then the dress, it's like I don't want to say strap, but it's one-sided, and you could put it on either side.
Okay.
So both of the girls had the dress on different sides.
Okay.
So people were like, well, why is hers on this side and yours on this side?
Right.
But they posted the dress like around the same time, so they're like, who's fake?
Right.
But neither one of them was fake. So they exchanged words over the dress.
But why would the two individuals got into it?
Because of the fans.
Because of the fans?
Yeah, but they both was like, oh, I'm sorry.
But why would you even get into it with somebody over a fan?
I think they just was responding to the fans. Like, stop playing with me. Like, she was like, that dress, I bought the dress in store. I can show you. She posted her receipts and everything.
Right.
So I think
that's annoying to me though, because like I'm never going to get into an argument with another influencer over a comment section.
Yeah.
You know, I would just post in my story like, well, you know, I got the receipt, so ... But she mentioned the other.
She didn't mention it. The blogs.
The blogs.
Yeah.
The blogs.
But one person bought hers in Dubai, and another person bought it in the U.S. or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, shout out to Dubai.
So the one girl, like, you can't even buy it in stores. I mean, she was like, you can't even buy it online. Like, how she... I don't know. She was...
Right. So one girl was being a little bit overzealous.
Yeah.
With her commentary.
Yeah. And she like, oh, I get all my clothes altered, girl.
Right.
That's why I look like that.
Shout out to people who get stuff altered.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it is cuter for me, especially. I love stuff that looks more fitted.
Yeah. No, the one that got it altered, I like it. It looks better. It made the regular dress look like, what is this?
Yeah.
They both look nice.
Right.
They both look nice, but
some Chanel drama. I thought that Chanel dress was really cute, but I also thought it was like playful and playing on that early 2000s look that we were talking about in the last episode. Mm-hmm. It was very...
You know who I think is doing the early 2000s looks too?
Who?
Diesel.
Oh my god.
I feel like they brought it back.
Diesel was one of the people that started it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it is their look to bring back.
It's back from them.
Yeah. It's their look to bring back. If anybody could do it, I think Diesel could do it. But the other brands are doing it. I'm like, all right, now you playing.
It's great. I feel like the high fashion brands, they are studying what's going on.
Yeah.
They know.
I feel like, again, in an earlier in this season, I talked about I don't like when high fashion brands try to be these little kitschy brands. Like, if Balenciaga is trying to look too much like Fashion Nova, then what are we doing? If Fendi is trying to look too much like Pretty Little Thing, then what are we doing? Because I'm not going to pay for...
But in the fashion world, you gotta stay up to date with what's
stay up to date, but elevate it.
Yeah, but make it your...
Yeah, make it yours. Make it elevated.
Yeah, make it yours.
If one is $2,000 and one is $20, I'm gonna need a difference. Please. Like, they both not gonna be spandex. What are we doing?
I would wear the dress. I wouldn't necessarily...
The Chanel one?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, I like the dress.
I
would wear it.
And I love, don't get me wrong, I love a Chanel dress. But...
Guess how much it is? Well, I seen it.
No. Do you know how... Don't say it, but do you know how much it is?
I don't... Yeah.
I'm going to guess $1,600.
Yeah. But...
It's literally $1,600?
No.
Oh.
But guess how... But
I'm right.
It's sold out, so guess how much it is? The resellers got it, so guess how much it is selling for?
$8,200. The price is right. How much is it reselling for?
It is selling... Damn. It is selling for $6,000.
$6,000. I said $8,000. Okay. Yeah. But the dress to me looks like a plain white one-shoulder dress where you could like iron on the letters.
Yes.
You could iron.
They're gonna replicate that pretty soon. You're gonna see it.
I could have replicated that at 6 years old when I first started. That's what I was doing. I can iron on letters all day. What are we doing? What are we talking? That's what I'm saying is like, why? If I'm a Chanel brand, I mean, maybe up close the letters are made out of gold, but it looks like from the picture some iron-on CHANEL. And I could just get them letters off of Amazon, iron them right onto a white dress, throw it over one shoulder, and call it a day.
Fashion is crazy.
But
2023 fashion is crazy.
Yeah.
It's hard.
The room you put it in, though. Presentation.
Yeah.
So
they arguing over a Chanel dress. I couldn't even be in that conversation.
and the people in the comments can't be in that. Come on. Come on. Y'all arguing over a dress you would never see the day.
I said, wow. And Chanel free promo. They done got the free promo off
of them in the commentary.
Instagram models is important.
Are they just Instagram models? Do they do anything else? Is Miss Bling Miami into? Doesn't she have a?
Website. What she do?
E-commerce?
Fashion.
Yeah.
Fashion.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, she do.
Okay.
And Chris, she just a bartender or something. A bottle girl.
Okay.
And she do music. She do music now.
Okay, so she's an artist.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just I want to stray away from just saying Instagram models.
Yeah, influencers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In different industries.
They're important.
What
I
did
like
you talk
both
about?
of them, by the way.
Okay, don't sound like it.
I like both of them.
Okay. It was like, really? She just Instagram model. I don't like calling people just Instagram models. I feel like maybe that's probably insulting to people.
Right. I'm sorry.
What was I about to say? Oh, Nike times
Nike.
Tiffany and Co.
How do you feel about it?
So they debuted what seemed like just a box in the Tiffany color and a check mark, and some say maybe a shoe that has that Tiffany color check mark.
The shoe came out.
The shoe came out.
It's an all black shoe.
Mm-hmm. With the Tiffany blue check.
Tiffany blue check. But the picture, pictures be up and deleted so fast.
Right, because it might not be supposed to come out really.
I don't like it.
Yeah. This can't be the shoe. It's just a plain Nike shoe.
Well, that's the one that I seen
with the Tiffany.
Before the box came out, I seen it.
I would want if I'm gonna get a Tiffany shoe, I want it to be super girly. I want it to be like cute. I want it to be I want it to have diamond laces.
I would expect it to. Maybe that's just a little
teaser.
Maybe it's something to get the people talking.
They said that they released a teaser, so maybe that's part of the teaser too. But I don't like that as a teaser.
Maybe it's just to get the people talking.
I'm gonna need a diamond shoe.
It's definitely about to be a diamond Nike.
Yeah, at least a little rhinestone on the shoelace, a little like one or two or something. I just need like I'm gonna need it to look like the brand aesthetic of Tiffany. I think of diamonds and luxury and that Tiffany, those Tiffany commercials. Like I want the. It's
gonna be.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be that. It can't be.
Is there any other? Oh, there's some more Nike news you told me about. What about that?
They are after 20 years.
20
years. Nike is finally suing Bape.
Okay.
Bape copied their allegedly copied their Air Force Ones.
Okay.
Shoe, but just through the Bape sign instead of the Nike sign.
Okay, so and there's a different logo on it.
Yeah, and they altered the shape, like the front of it.
If they alter the shape, isn't it a different shape?
It's a different to make it a different shape. They altered the shape, but you can look at it and see that is.
But a shoe is a shoe. A foot is a foot. The shape of a foot is the same.
But it in like years ago, I think like 10 years ago when the shoe dropped. No, 10 years ago, the shoe was trending, and then it died down. But in 2020, the shoe came back out, and they finally sued them.
I wonder
after 20 years
because they're popular again, probably.
Yeah.
People always want to come for people and brands if it's popular. If you're a nobody and your shoe is only selling a little bit, they're not going to come after you.
Yeah, they're not.
But if you're getting publicity and you're getting millions of dollars of sales off of something that they feel like is a direct copy,
as they should. That's literally Nike's shoe.
Is it though? Is it literally? Because is a foot not a foot? Is the shape of a foot not the shape of a foot? Are you supposed to make your shoe the shape of a
That
hand?
is Nike's shoe.
I haven't seen it. Actually, no. I'm lying. I did see it.
That's Nike's shoe.
Yeah.
With a Bape
logo. What's Bape gonna do? Has Bape come out and said anything in response to the lawsuit?
No. They haven't said anything.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Mm-mm. But I think it's funny.
Why?
Bape got rich off of it.
Off of the shoe?
Off of the shoe.
I feel like I've known Bape.
No, not got rich off of it, but I'm saying that they made a lot of money off of the shoe.
Yeah.
So Nike finally suing them.
Interesting.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah. We'll keep our eye on that for everybody. I wanted to talk. Did you see what Ari Lennox wore recently?
Yeah.
The chain metal dress.
Love it.
Love it. I think so. The designer, Laurel Dewitt, I think she doesn't get enough play. Like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like her name needs to be in a lot more circles, and maybe there are in a lot of circles. But I love her work. For a long time, she's always had the iconic chain metal pieces that I'm sure created art just out of her vision and her design and like her creativity. She's done stuff for Beyonce, Lady Gaga. Recently, I saw Kylie Jenner in one of her pieces. The Ari Lennox piece was beautiful. I've also seen Ari Lennox in another piece by hers. But I love her designs. I love her creativity. I love that she's only using like chain metal and different like rhinestones and chain pieces. So she's sticking to her aesthetic. Have you seen a lot of her work or been a fan of?
Yeah, I've been a fan of her.
Yeah.
Everybody copies of it though.
Everybody copies.
Must be frustrating, but that's where when you see those rhinestone dresses, that's most likely people's
interpretation of her looks or something.
That's where they get it from.
Yeah, and some headpieces and stuff. I've seen copy of her headpieces that she's created. But you know what? So back in the day, back in the pandemic days in 2020, I was on Clubhouse a lot. And there was a Clubhouse community, a lot of Clubhouse groups of the fashion community and stuff. Were you on Clubhouse back then, or?
Yeah, but not for
fashion.
Not for yeah.
So, in a lot of the Clubhouse fashion rooms, she was in there talking about like her experiences with different stylists, and I felt like she had a unique point of view, and she was giving pointers to different people and talking about different things. And I would love to have her on the podcast after like everything that she's done. She even talked about Covet. Come on the podcast. Covet Fashion. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's a video game where like people play and dress like I don't know, Barbies, models, whatever. It's a video game where you dress the model in different looks and you get different points and rewards, and even like store gift cards off of the looks that you create from the fashion items on this game. And she has a lot of her pieces on the game, and I believe she gets paid for having her collection on the game. Like every because on the game you can purchase the outfits for your Barbie mannequin whatever game icon. What is the name? Avatar. For your game avatar. And she even talked about like the business aspect of having her collection on there, and how people have discovered her collection in real life from that game, and how that's even like a fashion play. If you get your line, if you digitize your fashion collection and upload it on the game, people who play the game will most likely see your style so often that they'll visit your website eventually and maybe want one of your pieces. So I thought that was like a new and creative thing that I had never thought about before she mentioned that in one of those fashion groups. And looking into her styles,
maybe she wants to be a, you know how you said she don't get enough play. Maybe she wants to be a private designer.
A private designer?
Not private, but maybe she doesn't really want the play.
Maybe. I mean, it's possible. I want to read her bio on Instagram because she doesn't say fashion designer. She says artist. And it says, the Metal and Chain Queen, a brand inspired by global regalia, available to purchase, rental, And she also has another page, and this is just Instagram, called Laurel Dewitt's Showroom. But if you go to her Instagram, you can see she has something on Lotto fairly recently in December of this year. This like on a chain metal 2-piece bikini. She's had her stuff on different platforms, different artists. And you can see like some of her inspiration pieces, her inspiration photos on here. And I love her artistry. I feel like it's clearly art. Like her fashion is clearly art, and I'm looking forward to, I want her name to be like a bigger name. I feel like when people mention like newer designers, and people who have really had a lot of spotlights on some of the newer artists, like I said, Lotto or Kylie Jenner, like, I feel like I want her name mentioned more, especially because her piece is different. It's all metals and chains. Right. And I love that about it.
That's a big artist too.
Big artist, Beyonce.
Big artist.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, so I would love, again.
Do they tag her when they post?
The stylists do, but you know, artists never really tag.
Yeah, they don't.
The stylist will tag. Like, maybe the artist tags the stylist and the stylist.
Secret.
Yeah. Maybe they're trying to keep her a secret.
Yeah, I feel like you have to.
Have to keep people a secret?
Yeah, where you get your clothes from, your fashion stylist, your fashion designer, your favorite stores, just in the fashion world, because people will jock your style. Everybody gonna start looking like you, so.
Right. So you think that if Lotto publicizes her, then I don't know, another rapper, Saweetie, won't want to wear her stuff?
Yep. Everybody.
Or Sweetie will want to wear her stuff, and then Lotto would be worried that Sweetie will steal her style. It's possible, but I don't like the gatekeepers. Like,
really?
I want all the money. Really? So tell your friend about me.
You want that?
Yes, because if I did something great for you, and somebody asks you, "Oh, who made that gown?" and you're like, "I don't know. I want to keep it private."
Right. Ooh, I think definitely you deserve the recognition, but I feel like I want to be a private designer. I want to be more so.
I want people to buy my stuff. I like money. What do you mean?
I want people to buy my stuff. I like money, but
I can make something custom. Laurel's pieces look like they're all pretty custom.
Definitely.
She would probably not put Saweetie in the same piece that Lotto was in. So what's the worry?
Time. Maybe they want all her time.
Maybe. And you can pay for that too. You can pay her to be exclusive. I'm just saying, like, don't, and it happens a lot. I feel like it's like, I don't want to tell people who made this because I don't want you jocking my style. And I guess if you're buying stuff off the website, then yeah, somebody could get that same piece. But if it's custom, you shouldn't have to worry about that. You should request or get something custom made that's completely different. And I think that would work out. Any other fashion news? What celebrities have we seen? Other than Kylie, I feel like right now, Kylie is this Fashion Week's Lori Harvey. You remember how the other Fashion Week, however many months ago, Lori Harvey was at every show and wearing a different piece from different designers at every show. This Fashion Week that just passed, it was Kylie's moment.
They get paid for coming out, or they just 100%. Come out, or they just come out for press?
I think they're getting paid. I think because you're a walking commercial. Yeah, 100%. So I think Kylie was this Fashion Week's Lori Harvey. What else? Any other fashion news before we head out?